Damn, it's been a minute since I have been over here. I'm terrible. I used to use this software that allowed me to live stream everywhere at the same time. I got to get back to that so that none of my social media tribes feel neglected. But I hope that if you are a one of the 8,000 plus subscribers over here on my channel, that you still feel inspired, empowered, and loved on. Thank you for staying connected to the channel. And so I'm just giving it a little bit of time so that y'all know I am here. For those of you who may be catching me live for the first time, I am Taima Aziz Sewa. I'm the visionary and pioneer of the womb sauna. I have been teaching women worldwide how to heal everything for over 10 years through the ancient art of yoni steaming, as well as through working with herbal medicines. We have a product line called God Medicine. We're doing great things. We got events and retreats, and it's a whole movement over here of inspiring and empowering the women. I just really wanted to give some encouragement to someone who is facing a lot of adversity. And maybe you've even decided to ask spirit, like, why do I have to go through hell and high water to be great? Like, why do I have so much adversity on my plate and I'm dedicated, I'm consistent, and I keep showing up and I keep trusting the process and I keep putting my gifts out and using them to inspire? And why do I have to deal with certain difficulties? Well, I can't say that I have a definitive answer for that. But what I can tell you is that when we look throughout history, the greatest people of all time had a lot of adversity to face. They were able to uh, find the fortitude and the strength to persevere. They were able to redefine the odds, even though the odds were stacked against them. And even in my life, I started laying hands on folks at 2. By age 6, I had launched my first business, and was gathering the kids on my block, telling them to heal everything and obey their parents and all that kind of stuff. Um, Even with the birth of the womb sauna, it didn't come birthed out of anything pretty. For some reason here on earth, we find strength and we find more of ourselves and more of our power by being able to face adversity. Don't lose the truth of who you are when you're going through difficult times. Just because life gets hard, that doesn't mean that you're flawed. And if you really resonate with that, capture that in the comments or the live chat. Let me know where you're from, who you are, and that you're tuned in to this live. I got to get used to how YouTube live works. Um, so don't lose yourself in the truth of who you are just because life is hard, right? You are not what you go through. You're bigger than that. Find the wisdom and find the joy and find the love as you move through the experience and you move into your new trajectory. You move in a new direction. There is still power available to you, even when things don't go according to your plan. Just because things don't go according to your original plan, that doesn't mean you lack power. You might just lack experience. You might not know what you don't know. And one thing about Earth, I call Earth the classroom. We all come here to learn how to master ourselves and, grow in our truth about who we are. I feel like that's every human being's purpose in life, is to know thyself and be thyself, right? To know who you are in your core and to be able to embody that. Biggest lesson you'll ever have of your life. In my favorite book, A Course in Miracles, it says the greatest miracle that you can ever experience in your life is to see yourself correctly. It didn't say walking on water. It didn't say healing a broken leg with your breath or any of that. It said knowing who you really are, be able to really see who you are. Don't let the hardships and difficulties that you go through in your life make you begin to discredit yourself. You are money. Cash out on yourself. You are power. Plug into that. Because everything about your life. Hey, Tammy, welcome. First time. I'm so happy that you're here. Everything about your life is a reflection of what you believe. Your body obeys your consciousness. How you source and gain access to resources is a direct reflection of what you believe is available to you. I can't think of any area of your life where your self-belief does not influence the outcome. So if you gotta go through hell, you might as well go through there with your head held high. It's like, don't beat yourself up as you take the journey and conquer your adversities. Figure out how to feed yourself the truth about yourself, even if everything outside of you is contradicting what you know is true about yourself. So, for example, you may say, I know that abundance is my birthright and that I'm wealthy and I'm designed to have a lot of money and a lot of resources because I want to do good in the world and I want to be able to circulate my resources in a way that's really positive and impactful. Great. But then you go log into your bank account and you don't see what you just put on your candle or whatever you just journaled out and said, I'm manifesting this, right? It's like that sometimes. Sometimes there are gaps between where you are and where you want to be. But that doesn't mean that you're not on path. That's like me saying, I want to drive from Maryland to Georgia, but because I'm I'm only in South Carolina, I'm not on the right route to Georgia. No, it's a process. Life is a process. There is seed, time, and harvest, right? And so you're seeding, you're in the thick of it, time, and then, especially when all the right conditions line up, the right amount of sun, right amount of water, all of that, it syncs up. Now we get the harvest. Don't count yourself out. Don't let whatever adversities you're facing convince you that you're not worthy or you're not ready or deserving. That is just simply not true. You could not be more deserving of the things that you desire. That's why you want them, because something in your spirit knows the truth. And so use things like writing. And I just went live. If y'all aren't members of my Facebook group, it's called Let the Womb Be Heard. And I just went live over there with a good friend of mine, Dr. Darrell, and we were talking about how God does not need you to sacrifice anything. And we were talking about breaking the habit of overgiving and trying to perform for your blessings and performing for love. And one of the things that we said in that conversation was that there is a correlation between women who don't truly know their worth and value and overgivers and overperformers. When you aren't owning the truth and reclaiming your worth and value, you're performative in life. You're performing at the job, hoping that they'll finally compensate you what you deserve. You're performing in your relationships, in your love life, and in your friendships, and all of this stuff, trying to make sure that you're worthy enough of the support, recognition, respect, and dignity, and things that no. You can put in a live chat that I choose in this moment to honor my worth. I honor my worth. I choose to honor my worth. I will not self betray. I will not perform for love, recognition. I will show up though in a full expression of myself, but I ain't here to prove nothing to no one or anybody because I am sure of who I am and what I deserve. and what I'm ready for and what my value is that I bring into every space I enter, right? Even those of you who are here live, you're bringing value just by being present. The algorithms are going to start increasing, and YouTube is going to start letting more and more people know that I'm here because you chose to show up, because everything is energy, including you, and you are a specific vibration. And I want to just encourage you and tell you that you are the vibration of greatness. And you could be going through hell and high water right now, and I would still say that to you, because I don't define you by what you're going through. Because life comes in phases and stages and cycles and rhythms. So some of you beat yourself up when, adversity arrives, as if there's any human being on the planet that doesn't get their share of adversity. We all get it. It comes with the territory of being here and being dedicated to being somebody significant. And you are significant just because you woke up this morning and had breath, and you're here. And so find a way to be gentle with yourself, support your nervous system, right? Make sure that you're staying present in your body and being good to yourself. Drink enough water, get your sun and your vitamin D. If you gotta supplement that, get some vitamin D3 with K2, right? It helps with mood regulation. Do some sacred movement. Jump, dance, twerk, whatever it is for you, right? Be intentional. If you need support and accountability, you can work with me. I do virtual consultations, and people also come to my headquarters in Maryland and pop that squat on the pot and work with me and get a yoni steam. And the way I do it, I only service my clients one-on-one. It's deeply sacred, deeply intentional, and deeply powerful. Me, God, them in the pot. But sometimes you need those breakthrough moments, right? You need to remember, you need to be in the energy of that. That's part of the reason why I'm offering the healing room, which is a sacred meet and greet, and I'm pulling people together in person, right? And you can go to my website, thewombsauna.com/events, and see the schedule for that. We have one coming up, and the topic is reclaiming my worthiness, because I know what it's like to do this thing called life. I've been a full-time entrepreneur for over 10 years. And although I am grateful for that, it is hard sometimes because I feel the weight of the responsibilities of being a leader, of paying my team members so that they can feed their kids. And I'm a single mother. And so I'm her primary parent. I really hate the single mother terminology. I'm her primary parent. I'm her foundation. It's on me. If I go down, there's a lot of things attached to me that'll go down. And sometimes that pressure builds, right? So being impeccable with my self-care, staying on top of my self-perception is critical to my health and well-being. We ain't even get to what's critical for the success. Just I need to see myself correctly so I can create the outcomes that I want in my life, so that I can show up in the marketplace and in the world and my true value because I understand it. So I spend the majority of my day configuring my brain and my heart and making sure that they are working together. I'm in nature, I'm meditating 2 hours a day because I have a lot that runs through my mind that I have to organize and sort and decide which files I'm going to pull and which ones I'm not. What thoughts am I going to think and what am I going to abandon and betray? Because if I think those thoughts and give it energy, then I'm going to find myself down and depressed and overwhelmed. And I'm not willing to feed what is not serving me anymore. I audit my relationships. If I find myself aligned with someone who does not have the values that I have, who's on a different path, I'm out. Because I made a vow to myself that I would not digest other people's crap and stuff. because it weighs me down, and I'm a rocket. I'm taking off. I got to shed so I can hit new trajectories in my life. I choose to honor my worth. I see you, Tammy, in the live chat. I choose to honor my worth. I will not self-betray. I just won't. And so I just wanted to encourage you, keep believing in yourself, keep going, affirm yourself, use your share your words of power, right? And speak life. Speak those things that are not as though they are. Speak it into existence. If that's your primary way of manifesting, some of you can write yourself into the next level. When you pick up your pen and paper, you can feel the energy as you're writing down the truth about yourself and what's getting ready to happen in your life. Some of you, you do it through art. Some of you, you do it through music and dance and moving your body in certain ways. Yoga. Don't give me a drum. I love drumming circles and all that. Some of you, it's through hugging a tree or whatever, but like, just don't quit. Don't give up on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Life can be hard enough. When those adversities start rolling in, consider it a sign that you're getting ready to expand in your capacity to be blessed. Your endurance, your ability to go from here to here. I've been asking the people that I work with, and when I speak at different events, I've been saying, are you the size container for the blessings you've been asking God for? Put that in the live chat or comment section. Are you the size container for the blessings you're asking God for? You want all these big blessings, but you still see yourself as something small. You still act like you're small through your thoughts, your choices, and your decisions. Well, level up, like expand, become greater. So that pressure, that adversity, sometimes it makes you activate a consciousness. Because when you got to survive some things, it turns certain things on in you. Well, even though I don't wish any of that, like if there was a way to get through Earth without adversity, trust me, I would teach that class and I would give it away for free so that everybody can just roll through life. But that's not what happens here. We all get our fair share of things that we need to master. And honestly, it has been adversity that has pushed me back into myself, right? And it makes me pause and sit and examine what is going on in my life that needs to change in order for me to get more of what I want. And I answer the question. I don't just ask it and never get to the answer. I sit with it. I pray about it. I ritual about it. I walk through the woods and get information and clues from nature. So I'm doing all of that because I will have what I want. I describe myself as God's spoiled brat. I'm going to get what belongs to me. I don't want anything that doesn't have my name on it, but everything that does is mine, and I will not be denied. So whatever needs to happen inside of me, whatever thoughts I need to think, whatever choices I need to make, whatever behaviors, I'm committed to being who I say I am. I'm committed to seeing myself as worthy and valuable and significant because I woke up this morning. If I was no longer needed, I wouldn't be here. I'm here. Whether that's here for my family, here for my children, here for my community, here for the world stage. The fact is, I'm here. I matter. You're here. You matter. So yes, I want you to be mindful of what you think. And I want you to start organizing your thoughts and thinking the thoughts that align with who you say you are and what you want in your life. You can't be thinking that you ain't worth nothing and then turn around and say, I honor my worth. You got to decide, and healing starts with a decision. You got to decide. So decide. Decide that I am that I am. If I say that I am worthy, then I have to think thoughts that align with I am worthy. I have to make choices that demonstrate I know my worth. I have to behave like a worthy woman, like the empress that I am. If I say that I am powerful, can I trace the thoughts, the choices, and the behaviors from my day to day that were an example of me demonstrating my power? I can't say I'm powerful, but then show up in life so weak. Am I congruent? Am I aligned with my truth about myself? And there are pockets where you got to get the right configuration, right? That's valid. You get to be divine and human at the same time. Hey, Christian, welcome. I'm glad you're joining us live. You get to be both, right? So your human side might be catching up to your higher self and your higher truth about who you are. And so you're starting to realize, oh, I keep affirming every day that I am worthy. I am worthy. I know the truth about myself. I know my value, but I'm starting to recognize that some of my thoughts, some of my choices, and some of my behaviors ain't matching what I'm saying. I'm going to have to go ahead and evolve. I'm going to have to change because what I resist persists. And if I keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results, then something's just not going to sync. They call that insanity. Something's not adding up. So, how do I configure the energy to get the outcomes that I want in my life? What needs to change in my brain and my heart to really get the output? That's what it is when we say, I am a masterful manifester. That's the sweet spot. For me, I'm elevating manifestor to alchemist. I know what formulas work in my life. I got the recipe to bake this cake. It ain't going to fall flat. It's going to rise. And so your thoughts, your choices, your behaviors matter, especially when you're going through adversity. It can be so tempting to be negative and start aligning with, that negative self-talk and self-criticism and self-judgment. And where judgment comes, what follows that is punishment. Now, if you count yourself as wrong and flawed, then what? Then what behaviors follow that self-perception? So I'm just asking you to create an intentional system, a daily routine, a daily habit of believing in yourself. And what are the thoughts you need to think to sustain a healthy self-belief? What are the choices you need to make? Maybe you need to put down some of that processed food because it's messing with your hormones in your brain. Chemicals between the glands and your endocrine system ain't firing well because you just want to eat potato chips and ice cream and candy bars and stuff, right? Or ramen and stuff. Maybe I need to choose more life-giving foods to make it easier for me to stay in a certain vibration, emotionally, intellectually, spiritually, physically, right? So what are the choices? Maybe I need to choose to go to bed a little bit earlier, or maybe I need to choose to get up a little bit earlier. Maybe I need to choose to stop hanging with people that can always get what they need from me, but can't give me what I need. Because you deserve and are worthy of having people in your life who know how to take care of you and not always being the one taking care of everybody else. So maybe you got to decide to let certain relationships go because you've outgrown them, right? Maybe you got to decide to, start stashing that money to launch that business so that you can be free from a career that's not really satisfying to you anymore. Whatever it is, right? Your thoughts, your choices, your behaviors should add up to a healthy self belief, even in the midst of adversity. Life is going to always give you practice with the unexpected. And you can't always control what shows up at your door, but you absolutely can control your response. You can choose how you're going to respond to what's going on and what has presented itself to you. And then your behaviors. What do you need to demonstrate to prove to yourself that you really genuinely believe in yourself? All right, so I hope you feel a little more inspired and that you got some tools that you can use in your life. I'm all about just sharing information that I think can add value and empower you and inspire you and help you become more of who you want to be. And so I love that I got to spend this time with you all tonight on this Friday night. I'm about to go have some fun and do some fun stuff before the night is done. But if you are not on my email list, you should be. So you can join my email list at thewombsauna.com. We have some incredible offerings. And I send out some incredible inspirational content to your inbox. For those of you who may be in the Washington, D.C. metro area, again, check the schedule for our upcoming healing room experience. It is a sacred meet and greet. So what happens is the first part of the time together, we're going to do some body work. So we're going to do some sexy hula hooping. It's going to be fun. And then after that, we're going to have a conversation with some women that I invited to the room, some powerhouses around how to reclaim your worthiness. And then after that, we're going to have some high vibrational networking. So if you have a business or you plan on starting one, bring your business cards, bring any information to share. And I'm going to help us socialize better because social media makes us a little bit weird when we're in person. So I'm going to make sure that I help you broker profitable relationships while you're in the room. And then we're going to go home. All right. So I would love to see you there. If you're in the area, go to thewombsauna.com/events and you'll see how to register for the event. It is capped, so the tickets are going fast. If you plan on being there, I would hate for you to want to come and then it fills up and you have to wait until the following month. But we'll be doing the healing room experience every third Saturday of the month. So even if you're not in the DMV, maybe you're in Philly or New York, you just pop in. Make it your little weekend getaway. Bring your friends and have a good time with us. We're going to have fun in the healing room. And then you'll also notice when you go to our event page that you can subscribe to our calendar. So every time we launch a new event or offering, you'll get a notification that we have something coming up as well. All right. So that's all, folks. I love y'all. Hope y'all had a great time in this conversation and learned something that you needed to. This is the core and the heart of what I do with the womb sauna. It has always been more than just esteem. If you look at my record online and my receipts, you'll see that people talk about how their time and process with me has changed their lives. And so I'm hoping this live has done the same for you. Thank you, Tammy. I'm so glad you feel inspired. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. I'll be back. I'll go live more. So make sure you turn the notifications on so that every time I'm live here, we can continue to converse. Y'all have a good night. Peace.